Hello, welcome, welcome, welcome. If you can hear me, please type in one in the chat box. If you can hear me, type one in the chat box. Yeah, Latifa can hear me. You're welcome, Latifa. Reese, you're welcome. Kara, you're welcome. Another section. Let's get rolling. How's everyone doing? How's everyone doing? Trading wise. You getting some good results? Some improvement? Some consistency? Let me hear from you from the chat box if you're doing well, whatever that's happening in your life, in your trading life. Or let me just quickly with Kara says it's okay, but sometimes it doesn't pan out where you expect. All right, good. It's all good. It's all good. It does happen. Yeah, we're getting some few more people in the chat. Yeah, it's all good because usually you're not gonna win everything. You're not gonna win everything. You're gonna win some. You're gonna lose some. And then the question is, if you're using proper management, then what you're gonna lose is always smaller than what you're gonna win. That is why I always say to people, make sure you're doing good risk management. In that case, you're definitely gonna win more than you're gonna lose. I don't remember the last time I won a week without having a better win ratio to my loss ratio, even though there could be a week I could lose about 5 trades and just win about 2 of them. Yet I'll come up with a good win. Yeah, I had a very bad 3 days in the loss, Al Latifa. But then I hope your wins were very good. I hope your wins are very good. Anyways, let's see who's in the chat. Have Kara, Busola. I might not be able to mention the names all right, so please forgive me if I put it really wrong. Yeah, Jacob is on there, Latif, Reese, Chanali. Yeah, you all welcome. All right. I'd want us to go straight ahead, and then do something. Hi, Chanala. Uh, yeah, my wins are not bad. I placed a trade on XAU, USD, and it went well. Fantastic. A win on the gold is like a lottery. So it's a very good win for you. I'm glad for you, Kara. All right, let's go straight into what we're about to do today. I'm gonna be very slow, super slow, because I want everybody to understand what we're gonna do. In the end, if I should rush through it and then we finish the Zoom without people grasping the concept, there is no point calling it a, a boot camp, because in the end, I have to share this knowledge. I have to share this idea, make sure that people are grasping it. People are becoming profitable using this skill. I learned it on my own, but then I want people to know how good this strategy is working for me, and then they can help themselves as well. Bad week with gold. I was expecting a sell, but gold went in a buy. All right, guys, heads up. Do not place a sell trade on gold. That's just the advice I can give you for now. Do not place a sell trade on gold. There are some good sells, but they aren't as great as the buys. They aren't as great as the buys. So if I were you, I'd just be looking for buy setups on gold. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. And then we will go on to doing some chart markings and then learning the concept of harmonics. If you can see my screen, please type in a 2 in the chat box. Type in a 2 in the chat box if you can see my screen. Yep. Everybody can see what's going on. All right. So I'm going to take you through some few basic concepts of harmonics before we actually get on to studying the patterns. Today, I want us to tackle the Gartley pattern. But then before that, I want us to go through the very basis of harmonics so that everybody will grasp the concept. Then we will move straight ahead into studying the pattern. I have a Gartley pattern on my screen right now. We're not going to look at just this one. After we're done with this one, I'll take maybe 1 or 2 more examples, depending on the time, so that everybody can understand what I'm doing. If you are happy to learn something new today, give me some fire in the chat box. Some fire in the chat box if you're ready to learn something new. Fire in the chat box, people. Let's do it. Let's do this. Let's be profitable using this strategy. All right, thank you. Thank you for giving me such an energy. All right. So before I go on, I just want to ask a quick question. Who has got the Fibonacci retracement settings? The settings that I have. If you can see it, if you have it already, give me a 1 in the chat box. The Fibonacci retracement settings. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you have this settings. If not, I will take my time, go through the settings, and everybody, if you are around a computer, you can reset to your Fibonacci settings. It makes it very easy for us to do the measurement. If you have the settings, give me a 1 in the chat box. The Fibonacci retracement settings. Give me a 1 in the chat box, Kara. No, I don't. Okay. Anybody else here that do not have the Fibonacci retracement settings as I have right here? Reese, I don't. Okay. So what I do with my Fibonacci retracement settings is I am only taking the specific settings I need for my harmonics. The specific settings that I need for my harmonics. So we have a 0 point. Let me go through the settings. If you are around your computer, you can do exactly the same. If you pick up your Fibonacci retracement tool on your trading view, this is the first thing you're going to see, the pitchfork. That's the sign you're going to see. So you select the pitchfork and then you scroll down to the Fib retracement. You select the Fib retracement. And once you've selected it, just like I have on here, oh, come on, what have I done? Let's get rid of that. If you select it, there is a 2 bar that is going to come up like that. Go on the settings, and this is what you're going to see. You're going to have lots of different numbers on there, some of which you might need, some of which you might not need. So if you're following, give me a 2 in the chat box if you're following as I've just done, because I want it to be very, very procedural. We want to go together. We want to all learn together. Good. Okay. So what we're going to select is the 0. We want to have the 0 extension, the 0.382 extension, the 0.618 extension, the 0.886 extension. Well, I think, okay, let's do this. Let's do this, guys. If you can take a screenshot of this, that would be very great. Take a screenshot of it. If you've just done it, give me a 3 in the chat box. Screenshot it, because I want us to have some time doing some actual work other than the Fibonacci. All right, good. People have already done it. Okay, good. So now I'm going to scroll down. On my color settings, I don't want too much colors on my Fibonacci retracement. I want to make it as simple as possible. So the background bit, I have unticked it. So this is how it should look like if you have the background on it. It's going to have so many different colors on it, but I have unticked it to give me a clear background. And then if you look at the other settings, I have my numbers, the label on the left and middle. I can change it to a right or center. If you change it to a right, this is how it's going to be. The numbers are going to come on the opposite side. Whichever one works for you best. I think the left works for me best because usually you want to see what is happening on the right side. So I put my numbers on the left and then the middle. You can put it to the top or to the bottom, but then I choose the middle. If you have screenshot this one, give me a 1 in the chat box. 1 in the chat box if you've done this bit as well. All right, fabulous. Okay, guys, if there is noise sound or any other background which is going to disturb the Zoom, I'd like us all to unmute ourselves. I want us to have a communication, like proper communication. As I'm doing, people can ask questions. So you can unmute yourself and then ask questions as I'm going.
Okay, thanks, Francis.
Fabulous. Okay, good. Anybody else up? Just unmute yourself and then let's have a good chat. Let's have a good chat as we learn. Okay, so I'm going to take off all these things and then we'll go straight into actually learning what harmonics is all about. I'm going to clear my chat completely. Have a clean chat. So assuming you're a harmonics trader, if you go in a chat, this is what you want to see. Just an empty chat. It's up to you to see what I am about to see. And before you can do that, the concept of harmonics is all based on this. It's all based on this. Consolidation, extension, reversal, consolidation, a dip down, and another big reversal. That is all harmonics is about. If you understand this concept, you would be able to identify whichever harmonic pattern that you want. So in this bit, you're only looking for the consolidation, which if you really want to know, that is going to happen most of the time in the Asian section, depending on which pair you're looking at. Pairs like JPY, pairs like the Australian dollar, they move in the Asian section because that is where the banks are actually open for those kind of currency pairs. So you don't want to be expecting consolidation on JPY pair and then AUD pair during Asian section. If you want a good move in the night, if you work in the daytime and then you want to trade a pair, the best suggestion I can give you to trade is an AUD pair or a JPY pair. Because these banks open, these big banks for this currency pairs open during the Asian section. So that is when you're going to see the big moves happening. But then pairs like EU, the Euro, the GBP, the New Zealand dollar, you're going to see that the big moves happening in the London opening, somewhere around there. And then the USD card and then the USD and then the card pairs, you're going to see the big move. The gold actually moves crazy in the New York session. If you're a gold trader, that is the advice I can give you. I have done a few back testing, and that's the good judgment I can give from my point of perspective. So yeah, just like I said, consolidation, immediately you see a consolidation, there is a harmonic pattern about to be formed. It might not be a pattern that you know about, but it's definitely going to be a pattern. You can trade off it if you know the various ratios to expect. So from the consolidation, there's going to be a big move, especially happening in the London opening around 8 p.m., 8 a.m. in the morning. And then all of a sudden you see a small retracement. You might be in a trade, maybe in a sell, and then you're thinking, oh, it's retracing, maybe I should close my profit. You're not closing yet. It's just a small retracement, and then after a bit, it will go back down. After a bit, it will just go back down. It's just how the market moves. It moves in a wavy positions. Just like that. It keeps going on and on and on and on. Like that, it goes up and down. Whatever goes up must come down. And as this market is doing so, it's creating these patterns constantly. It is creating these patterns constantly. If you know what you're doing, you can just pick out where to measure your moves from and then pick up a trade. Okay, so looking at this, looking at what I've just done here, let's delete it. I'm going to take an example. The very basis of harmonics is support and resistance. So I'm going to mark up some few supports. In order for me to see them clearly, I'm going to change my candlestick. If you go on the top where the currency pair is the 30 minutes time frame, there's a candles right there. If you click on it, you're going to see line. Select the line. I want to get rid of all my wicks and have the perfect support and resistance. So this is what I'm going to have. Then I'm going to put some horizontal lines up there to show which bit I'm looking at as my support and which bit I'm looking at as my resistance. I believe everybody else know about support and resistance. If you know support and resistance, give me a 2 in the chat box. Two in the chat box if you know support and resistance. I believe most of us do know about it. I just want you to understand how these harmonic patterns get formed. When they hit the support zones or the resistance zone, they retraces. I'm just trying to let you know exactly what I'm looking at if I want to draw a harmonic pattern. So after I have done this, I'm going to revert the line chart back onto the candle chart. And let's see what happens. You can see that within this zone, if you can see where my candlestick, my cursor is, within this zone, price wasn't doing anything. Give me a 1 in the chat box if you can see what I'm saying. 1 in the chat box if you can understand what I mean by price wasn't doing anything, just moving sideways, up and down. If you want to trade this, how much are you gonna get? Let's measure it. Probably 35 pips. Not bad for scalping, but that's not the kind of move you're looking at. Assuming you place a buy here and eventually price come back, take you out at break even, or maybe even take you in a loss. Hit your stop loss before it drops. You don't want to mess around with this kind of situations. Just leave it to ride.
We've got this for Mom's house. I think she bought their Christmas and she does happy. I'm but like
Mute the sound from the background. If you know there is a very loud sound, please mute yourself for a minute. Yeah. So if you can see this, just leave it to ride. Wait for the breakout. If you know how to trade price trap, anybody that knows how to trade price trap, this is the best way to trade the price trap. I use all these strategies in conjunction with my harmonics to catch the moves. So you might not understand how I'm just catching all the moves, hitting all the TPs, getting all the trades, and then you go on a scanner, but you're not getting the right results. The scanner is just giving you an algorithm, a complete algorithm measured out, and then they put it there for you. You take it at your own risk. But guys, if you look at what I'm doing here, you can use different kind of strategies, catching different moves at all times. I'm going to show you one trick. Let's go on this session. If you go on the indicator bit and then you select the session bar, if you select your session bar, all right, it's a little bit messy. It's a little bit messy, but it's just to show you what has actually happened.
So do you say session bars or session on charts?
Just select session. It will give you an option. Let me give you the right one. Let me give you the right one. Session Asian, London, New York color use. Let's use this one. I want the best one. I want to choose the best one. Oh, come on, go back. I had one of them which was really good. I don't really like this one. I want to find that one for us. It will give you the exact section time zones. All right, that's it. That's it. This one. Which one did I select? Okay, session time zone. If you go on the indicators, session time zone.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. If you select that one, it literally gives you the color code of each session in play. Look at the pink area. Look at all the pink areas. And see what's happening most of the time around those areas. Price isn't doing that much. I can take it to different pairs and then you see what I mean. Those are the Asian zones. Even if price move in those pink areas, eventually they get taken out. Those highs get taken out. If there's a low, it gets taken out again. It means you're either coming back into break even, you're getting nothing out of that trade. You're getting nothing out of that trade, really. All right. So now, if I can mark up my support and resistance zone, I then come to pick my Fibonacci retracement tool. And then I measure from the wick all the way down to the bottom wing on my support. So from the resistance, this is a bearish Gartley we're looking at. So I'm going to measure. You can see my Fibonacci retracement is reversed. So I'm going to turn it upside down. So I'm going to untick the reverse mark like that. And I'll put okay. So now I can clearly see it has reversed back. I have my 38.2 on the bottom, the 50% on the bottom, and everything going from the support zone to my resistance zone. If I'm doing a bearish move, I want my zero to be on my support. If I'm doing a bullish move, I want my zero to be on the resistance.
Oh, I see.
If that makes sense, give me one. Give me one in the chat box if it makes sense to you. One in the chat box if it makes sense to you. If you're looking for a bearish move, you want your zero to be on its support. Could you? I can't really understand what you're saying, Reese. Can you please ask the question again? Could you repeat? Okay. If you want a bearish move, you want your Fibonacci retracement to have the zero on the support and then your one on the resistance. If you want a bullish move, you want a Fibonacci 2 to have the zero on the resistance and then the one on the support. Does that make sense now? You can speak if you want. You can type in the chat box if you want. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Absolutely. Okay, then. So after I have fibbed the move all the way from my 1 to the 0, the kind of retracement I am expecting is this. Let me make it big, then we cannot see clearly. I'm expecting, this is the main move. This is the main move. So from there, from the 1 to the 0, I'm going to put a diagonal line up there. And this is the retracement I'm looking at. From the 0 all the way to the retraced level. This. I want it to retrace to 0.618. I want a retracement. I'm looking for a retracement of 0.618, not less than 0.618, and not above 0.786. The retracement I'm looking at, I don't want it anywhere less than 0.618. If it is less than 0.618, I'm looking at a different pattern altogether. It's no more a Gartley for me. I'm looking at a complete different pattern. But then if it is in the range of 0.618 and less than 0.786%, then yes, I am looking for a Gartley. So let me put some text on it. So my B leg, I want it to be equal to 0.618 to 0.785. So I don't want it to be to 0.786. So anywhere within this range, I am going to take it as a Gartley pattern. Sometimes it's going to be very tricky. You might not be able to know if it is really less than 0.786. So what you can do is select the zoom tool over here, click on the space, make it big, and then you would be able to identify whether it is over the 0.786 or less than that. If you saw how I did it, give me a 1 in the chat box, how I actually zoomed in to see whether it's over or under. So you select the zoom to make a rectangle in that box. So this is my 786, 71, and then 618. You can clearly see it is below the 786. So once I have this, I am looking for a push down from here to the bottom. It can come as low as this point, but not go beyond my A leg. Let me put the numbers on the harmonic names on there, then we know exactly where we're going. So the X, A, B, now we're looking for the C. The C must not go beyond the A leg. The very moment the C goes beyond the A leg, it is invalid. I am not looking at Gartley anymore. I'm looking at something else. If it makes sense, give me 1 in the chat box. Give me 1 in the chat box if I'm making sense. The kind of move I am looking from B to C, I want it to be within the range. Oh my God, my time is up. I want it to be within the range. good. 1 year. It's starting to make sense. Good, good raise. Anybody else? Kara, fine. How many people do I have on the chat? Come on, guys. Let me know we're learning something here. Let me know we're learning something here. Your C leg should not go beyond the A. It shouldn't pass the A. The moment it passes the A, it is invalid. We're not looking at Gartley. Your C leg can come as low as maybe even equal to the A leg, but not beyond the A leg. Once it goes beyond the A leg, it's something else. So this is going to be my C leg. Let's label it. And then the D leg, I already have the Fibonacci retracement. I want a whole move of the support and the resistance. Let me take it off and redo it. Maybe somebody would want to see it again. So I want another move. So I'm going to start from the support zone, drag it all the way. Oh no, I'm starting from the resistance line. The resistance zone, I'm going to drag it all the way to the support zone. My 0 is going to be on the support. My 1 is going to be on the resistance. And I want a full retracement of this move back up to be a 78.6. So from my C leg to the D leg, I want it to be up to this point. Who can tell me what we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4. Who can tell me what we have here? I don't know if anybody took part in the money boot camp, forex basic boot camp. This is literally what we call the Elliott wave. Literally what we call the Elliott wave. So you can actually trade the C leg to the D leg, understanding where to take your take profit, because this A to B, it's literally equal or a little more than C to D. So this leg should be almost as equal or a little more than C to D. You can actually trade your C leg to the D leg. You can buy it up, and once you finish buying, you can sell it back down as your harmonic pattern is completed. So in this case, X, A, B, C, and that's going to be our D point. And this is your entry. This is where you're going to enter from. One thing about Gartley pattern, we have a zone where we enter. Unlike the other patterns, it's just a horizontal line where you're going to enter. In this case, it's going to be a zone. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your Fibonacci retracement tool, measure the move from B. Measure the move from B to C. And what you're looking for is an extension 1.272. I am going to put a line up there. 1.272. That's the zone you're looking at. So in this case, I'm going to mark up my zone where my entry is going to be at. This is my zone. Anywhere in this green box, I am going to enter the trade to sell it down. Anywhere in that green box, I am going to sell the trade. Look, I measured from B to C, and I selected the 1.272 extension level. Let's do it again. That move is what I measured. That move, this B to C, and this is what I was looking at. 1.272. Let's take this out of the way, make it quite clearer for you. Are we getting something out here? All right, Reese. So first, you would start off with a buy, then go into a sell from that zone. Yes, I would do that because I'm confident in trading this pattern. As time goes on, Reese, you're going to be a master of your own. You would know when to trade from the A leg all the way up to the D leg and then sell it down. I have learned to understand this pattern in such a way that immediately I see my X to A move form, I'm getting ready to sell at least to the B point. I'm getting ready to buy it at least to the D point. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
Good. I'm not gonna encourage you to do that now. I want you to practice the pattern, and once you get used to it, trust me, you will actually begin to have the instinct. Why should I buy it from my A leg to at least my B leg? You're gonna have that instinct, and there are so many things going into play that is going to tell you you need to buy it up from this zone. But for now, I only want you to concentrate on doing the sell from your D leg or doing the buy from your D leg. Measure the whole pattern, get the pattern drawn out, and when you're done with the pattern, then what I want you to do is sell it off. So now I'm going to put the harmonic pattern on it. If you go on your two bar positions, the first thing you're going to see is X, A, B, C, D pattern. I want you to select that. Then in drawing your Gartley pattern, you're going to start from the X leg to the A, to the B, to the C, and then finally to the D. But because it's a Gartley, I am going to put it in the middle just to tell you that I can take an entry from anywhere in this zone. I can take a sell off anywhere in this zone where I've marked up. And as you can see, price went above the entry zone and then now it is dropping. Is this something you'd be interested in trading? Give me a 2 in the chat box if you love what you're seeing. 2 in the chat box if you love it. You see, sometimes people are just going to be waiting. They're just going to be waiting on Harmonics-Gartley to give them the trade. Harmonics-Gartley is going to give you a Gartley pattern, regardless your C leg coming all the way below this. It's going to tell you it's a Gartley pattern. I go on a harmonic scanner. I see this. I am not going to trade this pair. I am going to reanalyze it and then I'll trade it how I want to trade it. That is what I want you to be able to do. And I can show you so many different examples where the Harmonics-Gartley is giving you trades as a Gartley, but then your C leg is way above your A leg. That is absolutely incorrect. So this is my Gartley pattern. I am going to sell off from the D leg to the C, assuming price is actually in tune with my look. In this actual trade, the overall trend is a downtrend. So I will actually stay in this trade for quite a while. I will stay in this trade for quite a while. I'm going to measure from my C to where price actually got to, and that is how I'm going to make my TPs. So my first TP is going to be at the 38.2. So as you can see, price has already hit my first TP on this trade. Your second TP is going to be on the 0.618. And then your third TP is going to be on the 0.786. That is how I take my TPs. Type 1 in the chat box if it makes sense.